What's good, y'all? It's your boy Dojo back at it again with another JJK vid. One of two, actually. First off, I want to say thank you for everybody that showed up this morning. We had 34 viewers on an impromptu live stream of us actually grinding out the first start of the event. Now, remember, it says number one time is 11:03, which is tomorrow, because it is the 12th today. So we are going to officially, quote unquote, start. Which, you know, as you guys can see, we've done this area already. We've done it all, formidable bosses. I haven't beaten level 3 of all of them, and that's mainly because 37.7k is, yeah, let me see, team formation. Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But, you know, we're working on it. So, what is this video about? Well, going back to this and going to the exchange, I wanted to talk about things I think people should be doing with this event going on. So first things first, one, farm this event as efficiently as you can. If you can't, like me, right, I physically cannot beat the last level. I might be able to do this one, but this one is definitely out of the question, right? At least for now. I have 8 days. Don't know what will happen in 8 days. A lot of people have been posting their SSR guaranteed gacha tickets. I'm actually behind on that. If I show my novice missions, I'm actually 2 days behind. So, because again, if you've seen the first video, you know I have to start over. But enough rambling. So, something I think everybody should be doing: farming this event as much as you can. Why? One, get a jump start on getting these phantom medals. Now, as you can see, I have 30. If we do the math, okay. If we do the math, 3 times 5, 15, 5 times 4, as long as I'm reading this right, 6 to 10, 4, 5 times 4 is 20, and then 1 times 5, 5,000. This should basically cost you 85k or 8,500. 8,500 of these crystals to get all of these. Why is that important? Well, if we go to exchange, and then we go down here, you're actually able to get our boy Jogo or the homie Hanami. Now, here's the thing about that. I'm personally going to stack up on these. Why? Well, if you play JP, then you'll know that he gets added to the Phantom Metal trading space, and he cost 1,500. Now, if we scroll down, let's look into his kit for a little bit. Right, if the enemy does not have a weakness to green type, changes the skill effect to deal 200% range taijutsu damage to the selected enemy as the type that's the selected enemy has a weakness to. Attacks without a type when selecting an enemy without a weakness. While the domain is active, depending on all Jujutsu and enemies' remaining HP, instantly kill the enemy. Some enemies excluded, effectiveness high. Now, you guys notice I have this highlighted. Why do I have this highlighted? Because, as you guys know, Junpei came out. A lot of videos have been posted about this. But yes, Junpei has come to us 4 days early, which means they're moving up the timetable. Why is this important? Even I put out my own video about this, right? Link in the description. Why is this important? Because, boom, our boy Yuta was like down the block a little bit. We had a little ways to prepare for him. Now he's right around the corner. He's outside this door right now. That's in my little game room. He's right there, right? He's just waiting. Now, as you guys can see, I have this highlighted, right? This is his basic attack. Now, if we go down to our boy Yuta, right? Look at his basic attack. Depending on Jujutsu and enemies' remaining HP, instantly kill the enemy. Some enemies excluded. Now, if you notice, right, it says some enemies excluded, ends, right? If you go here, it says some enemies excluded / effectiveness high, which means that, technically speaking, this, depending on, again, his Jujutsu damage and enemies' remaining HP, he'll have a higher chance. He might have like a higher chance than Yuta to do it. Unfortunately, I can't test this out myself because I got absolutely destroyed on JP when it came to summoning for Yuta. We're not going to talk about it. But it's not happening this time. It's not happening on Global. I'm going to get my Yuta on Global. That is for sure. I'm skipping Junpei. Right? But yeah. So he's coming out. So that's his first ability. Then we have Grant's miniaturization status to self 1 turn. Fills on ultimate gauge by 270%. While the domain is active, changes the skill effect to deals 336.8 melee taijutsu damage as the type that the selected enemy has weakness to. Attacks without type when selecting an enemy without a weakness increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage, blah, 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 blah. Right? Again, he has this same effect. Now, granted, this one has more conditions, but it has the same effect. And with his miniaturization status, he evades single target attacks, which is a blessing. But, of course, all of this is while his domain is active. But he has this again. And if we go down here to his third skill, Idle Transfiguration, deals 601.6 melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. Depending on Jujutsu and enemy's remaining HP, instantly kill the enemy. Some enemies excluded. Effective medium. Right, so there's levels to it. And as we know, if we go back to Yuta, which is why I'm bringing this up, all of his only says enemies excluded. Some enemies excluded. This one is actually giving us like effectiveness. So it's definitely going to be worth testing. I know that I'm going to definitely be testing it. While the domain is active, changes the skill effect to increase on Jujutsu damage by 30%. 1 turn, 1 time. Deals 676.8 melee taijutsu damage. Depending on Jujutsu and enemy's remaining HP, instantly kill the enemy. Effectiveness high. Now, let's talk about his ultimate. So it deals 13,031.3 range jutsu damage to the selected enemy. Deals damage equal to 15 points to all enemies' HP. Expands the domain 4 turns. So when he does his ultimate, you get all of these. So that's when you get the while domain is active. That's when you get this while domain is active, effectiveness high. While domain is active, effectiveness high. While domain is active, effectiveness high. Right? That's what you get with this character. Right? While the domain is grants guaranteed hit effect and attack immunity notification. So decreases on damage received by 30%. Unable to fill on ultimate gauge while using a skill. Depending on Jujutsu and enemies remaining HP. What do you know? High. Right? Depletes on cursed energy after domain deactivates. Unable to fill on ultimate skill gauge. So after he does, self-embodiment of perfection, he has his domain up. Once it deactivates, he's basically, I'm not going to say fragile, but he's basically weakened for 2 turns. Which I'll be honest with you, with how I used him, that didn't matter. All right. Know the percentage of the combo. And then his auto skills regeneration at the start of each turn. If own HP is 70% or below, which, as you guys know, on global, most of ours is 50%. If he's below 70% or below, and own cursed energy is 40% or above, recovers own HP by 8%. The lower own HP, the greater HP recovery is up to 16%. Inflicts damage cut to self, decreases on damage received by 12%. The higher the cursed energy is, the greater the damage received. So basically, the lower health he has, the more health he regenerates. The more cursed energy he has, the less damage he receives. He's basically, and the thing is, he's counted as an attacker. He's basically a bruiser. Not so much of a berserker, but he's basically a bruiser. Right? So he's definitely somebody, for especially free-to-play players, to save and work towards grinding. Now, let's go back to the game. Right? We got the medals in this event, and as you guys know, we still have a Homesick Horizon event going on. Right? And if we go to the prize pool, because as you guys can see, I'm on 4 of, I'm going to say 4 of 7, because this one doesn't, this one just gives you stuff. I'm not going to say it just gives you stuff. It gives you mats and stuff that you can stock up on. But from 5, 6, and 7, Phantom medals, right? and it's times 10. So if we're doing math, right? So this is 10 times 10. That's 100, right? And then we have 7 times 10. That's essentially 70. So that's plus 70. And then 5 gives us another 7. That's 4, 14, 28. So plus, am I doing that math right? 7, yep, 7, 14, 21, 28, yeah. So plus 28. So from this event alone, you're almost at 200. And this is the original event. You're almost at 200, right? And if we go back to Exorcism Battle, and then we go to this, right? I already have, let me see, how many do I have? I already have 30 of these. So let's just say 30, so plus 50. And then say plus 40. And then plus another 50. You're already at 338 Phantom Medals, right? So that essentially takes you down from having to grind 1,500 down to only having to grind 1,162, which may not seem like a lot, but as you play through the game and we get more content, there's going to be a lot more opportunities to get these medals. But with that comes with the fact that we're going to have a lot more opportunity, a lot more characters that you're going to want to summon for, especially with Yuta being out. A lot more characters to summon for, a lot more materials to grind for those characters. So I just wanted to bring that up. And what I've been doing personally is I've actually just been running this, and this is my team comp right here. I can actually show you what my team comp is. Ignore my horrendous setup with the SSR recollections. I just kind of threw things on there just to make rank. I actually am going to fix these, but I'm gonna let this auto in the background while I talk to you all. But yes, that's the whole thing. And actually, if you want, I'm not gonna throw it up on screen. Well, actually, yeah, I have to. I'm going to do this, and I'll do this so that you guys can actually still see the gameplay. Yeah, that works. So that you guys can actually still see the gameplay. We can take a look at the other characters' kits real quick while this is running in the background. So let's go over my boy Jogo. Jogo's kit, right? So, and I'm sorry about how this looks. Matter of fact, can I? You know what? That works. Yep. So while this is playing, we can actually go over our boy Jogo's kit. So he is also classified as an attacker. We're going to put these all up to level 10 because that's essentially what you want to aim for if you decide to go for this character. So it deals melee combat damage, taijutsu. Let me see this. There, this is what we want. My bad. Boop. Boop. There we go. So it deals melee damage, equal to 112 taijutsu and 142.8 jujutsu. Then it has deals range damage to a selected enemy, and then deals another percent of range damage to a random enemy. 3 times. Now here's the thing with this. As you guys can see, none of his abilities actually. Oof, I just realized how loud this is. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll have to fix it in editing. I'm actually gonna keep it going because I didn't think that my team would clear it that fast. Because I literally just I set this mug on auto at work, and yeah, I just kind of set it and forget it at work. So we're gonna do that real quick. we're gonna lower that real quick, right? And then his main skill. So deals 500. Matter of fact, boom. Deals 759.6 range jujutsu damage to all enemies. Expands the domain 4 turns while domain is active. Grants guaranteed hit effect and attack immunity nullification to self. Deals 139.9 continuous jujutsu damage flame to all enemies. So he's going to have a status effect when he pops his ultimate. So increases on critical rate by 1.9%, 1.97%, increases on damage by 59.9%, reduces on damage received by 29.9%, recovers on curse energy by 5.9%. Unable to fill on ultimate gauge, depletes on curse energy after a domain deactivates. And we're just gonna go after this. So violent eruption. If on HP is 50% or below, increases on Jujutsu damage by 50% up to 1 time during battle. The essence of curse is at the start of each turn. If cursed energy is 10 or below, recovers on cursed energy by 10% up to 3 times during battle. Right. So that's him. Like I said, as you can see, he's really just like a run of the mill damage dealer. He's not that worth it, which is why I'm saying it's a great time to just start grabbing up all the phantom metals you can, and eventually, after you get Mojito, you can come back for him or our boy Hanami, which again we're gonna go over their kit as well. Right now, they're classified as a debuffer, which personally, when it comes to games like this, strategy games at least, I tend to choose to go support, so like a healer, support, tank, and then attack, because you can't survive the best offense is the best defense is a great offense, but you still need to be able to protect your team. If your damage dealers are getting wailed on just as much or twice as much because bosses and enemies have double the health and effects working for them, you're basically just going up against the wall, right? So let's go. So let's take a look at their kit. Deals 135.2 rage Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy. The higher the enemy's ultimate skill count, the greater the damage is, right? Which, I mean, this attack is just a basic, deals range due to damage, so 4.28.4 range damage to a selected enemy, and then his skill 3, Terra Plachara, decreases all enemies' damage by 33.3% for 3 turns, and increases on ultimate skill gauge charge rate by 86.0 for 3 turns. Now here's the thing, I don't know. They said this one is unchanged, so we know we're gonna get this. I don't know if we're going to get the pre-changed or if we're gonna get the post-change. If we get the post-change, that'll be a blessing. So deals 9.9 range due to damage to all enemies. Experience domain while domain is active, guaranteed hit. We already know what this is. Decreases all enemies' damage by 33.1%. Unable to fill on ultimate skill gauge. All right. At the start of battle, they recover 30% of HP every turn. And then, matter of fact, hold on. Just so that I don't have to keep doing this. The essence of curse is at the start of each battle. At the start of each turn, if cursed energy is 10 or below, recovers on cursed energy up to 20%. Up to 20, I don't know why I keep saying percent. Up to 2 times during battle. At the start of battle, reduce on damage received by 20%. So, right. So, neither one of these characters are like necessary for your account. Obviously, again, for me, a debuffer is always a great pickup because technically a debuffer is a buffer for your team because it's making them take more damage from your attacks and it's making them deal less damage, which is technically making you more tanky. Right? That's just my logic on things. It's weird. I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just thought it would be a good idea to bring this up. We're going to actually let this battle finish, which, I'll put this on widescreen now. And just let them roll through it. But yeah, please let me know in the comments what other videos you think I should make. The other video coming out is going to be a showcase. I'm going to be using my JP account to just show off some characters that you guys definitely shouldn't sleep on. There have been a lot of videos made out about them, and I'm already going to put mine in there. I hope you guys are ready for that, and like I said, I appreciate each. Nobara the GOAT. Bro, don't sleep on Nobara. Do not sleep on Nobara. Nobara is a freaking amazing. Do not sleep on Nobara. She is My favorite breaker in the game. Says that and then Yuji immediately breaks the enemy. Okay. But yeah, do not sleep on the bar, which she'll probably be getting a showcase too as well. But I'm going to be mainly focusing on like free-to-play characters and SSR collections. And yeah, we're almost done here. I feel like I could actually run through this a lot faster, but I'm going to let it auto itself. And yeah, make sure there is something I can actually tell y'all. I'm going to say this. The first day of this event, right, this one that I'm currently farming, it's not hard, right? Will that be the same for the next couple of days? We don't know yet. There'll be a video covering that tomorrow when I wake up and start messing with them. Do I think that that it's oh yep, and that'll be 2. That'll be 2. We'll be done with this. Cool. Episode. Oh wait, so it's 5. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. Okay, I guess that's how they're counting it. So 5, 5, 5. So 150. Okay, so we're gonna have 150 from this event. That's a bet. So my math was a little bit off. So it might be 150 from the other. That's 300. So you're still down to 1100. Yeah. But yeah. Thing I want to mention. Personally, I believe this event right here is actually the more tedious to farm compared to the other one. I personally believe that this one is the more tedious one. So I would definitely say if you are around, if you haven't been farming this event because like you're taking your time, you're building up your units, if you can at least beat like this one, because this is the one that I actually have to fight. Oh wait, no, I got to do this one first. But like, if y'all can at least do this, you know, get through it, get your units up, I would definitely say this because this one is purely RNG, which makes it a tad bit more tedious than this other one where you're just constantly running the same bosses over and over and over and over and over again, unlocking new maps, finding new bosses, then just running it over and over and over and over again. Because after the 3rd day of this event right here, we're literally just gonna have, what's that, the 15th, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're gonna have 6 days where we could just full on auto farm. You should definitely be able to clear out this whole thing. I know that I'll definitely have most of this cleared out. These are infinite, by the way. These mats right here, everything down. Where is it at? Like everything down that doesn't have a number on it is infinite. So if it doesn't have times left right here, it's infinite. So you can definitely farm this event. Tell the mats that you can stock up on. Plenty of tickets to stock up on. So please, please, please do not miss this opportunity to stack up and prepare yourself. Because the more farming you do now, the more prep you do now, the less you're scrambling when Yuta comes out. And yeah, with that being said, it's your boy, Dojo. And I appreciate y'all for all the help. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.